everyone, welcome to Diabetes Free Life. In this video, I'm going to talk about Juice Feasting Day. I'll share recipes of all the different juices to be consumed on a Juice Feasting Day. That way, you can be prepared with all the ingredients ready to juice feast with me. And on Juice Feasting Day, simply focus on enjoying these juices. Whether you are juice feasting with a partner or whether you're doing it all by yourself, we are here to assist. Whether you have an active lifestyle or you work on the computer all day and have a sedentary lifestyle, or you simply want to take a day off to relax and rejuvenate on Juice Feasting Day, these recipes that I'm going to share will be very beneficial for everyone, but especially if you have diabetes. The idea behind juice feasting is to give your digestive system a break while providing it with many vital nutrients that can be easily assimilated so that your body can focus on cleansing itself of the toxins and expedite the regeneration and repair of body tissue. Choosing specific vegetables and fruit will help balance body pH levels by alkalizing your body while reducing inflammation in your body. Remember, higher acidic levels and inflammation in the body are the leading dietary causes of diabetes. So without further ado, let's look at the different juices consumed on Juice Feasting Day and their recipes for making them. But before we get started, please consider supporting us by subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on that bell notification. I do realize that not everybody has a vegetable garden in their backyard, but try to source your vegetables and fruit from either farmer's market or a place where you could find fresh organic produce. Also, a quick reminder to clean your hands thoroughly before making your juices. And of course, make sure to clean your produce well to get rid of any bacteria from the surface of fruit and vegetables. The first juice we are going to make is called Kale Me Red. So let's look at the recipe. In this recipe, I use 2 cucumbers. Cucumbers are very easy to juice. 1 cucumber yields about 7 ounces of juice. I'll also put 5 celery stalks, and 3 stalks of celery will yield about 4 ounces of juice. I also like to add 5 red chard leaves, and these 5 chard leaves will yield about anywhere between 3.5 to 4 ounces of juice. I also like to use 1 green apple. I prefer green apple because they are a little tart and it goes well in this juice. 1 apple yields about 4 ounces of juice. You can also use red apple. I also like to add small piece of ginger. 100 grams of ginger will yield you roughly 2.5 ounces of juice. Now remember, ginger is going to be spicy, so you can decide to put as much or as little of ginger juice as you prefer. And don't forget to squeeze half a lemon. That adds to the taste and also serves as antioxidant. Next juice is Pepperita. For this juice, you'll need 2 cucumbers. I use English cucumbers because they are seedless and they are very easy to juice. You'll also want to add peppers. In this recipe, I have used all three peppers, green, yellow, and red. But you can choose either one of them or any combination of them depending on your liking. But I use roughly 1.5 bell peppers in this recipe. That should yield you about 4 ounces of juice. I'll also put one green apple. Green apples are a bit tart and less on the sweeter side, which I like, especially for this juice. And I also put a bunch of cilantro, which should yield you roughly 4 ounces of juice. I also like to add small piece of ginger. 100 grams of ginger will yield you roughly 2.5 ounces of juice. Now remember, ginger is going to be spicy, so you can decide to put as much or as little of ginger juice. And don't forget to squeeze half a lemon. That adds to the taste. The next juice is cool Kale-Aid. So let's look at the recipe. For this juice you need one cucumber. One cucumber yields roughly 7 ounces or 600 ml of juice. I'll also add 5 celery sticks. To be honest with you, I don't like celery all by itself, but in these juices, celery goes really well. Then I also add 5 kale leaves, should yield you roughly 2 ounces of juice. Along with that, I also like to add 5 red chard leaves. And 5 red chard leaves will yield roughly anywhere between 3.5 to 4 ounces of juice. And red chard leaves create a very thick and viscous juice. And last but not the least, I put coconut water. For this particular recipe, I have used fresh coconut water, Harmless Harvest. This is the specific brand that I use, but you can use any other one as you would like. I also like to squeeze half a lime juice in this recipe. That makes it taste really well. Next on our list is Pear With Me. Let's get into the recipe. For this juice, you need 5 kale leaves. Again, 5 leaves will yield you roughly 2 ounces of juice, and kale doesn't have a strong taste of its own. So I'll put along with it 5 stalks of celery, and I'll also add 5 red kale leaves. 5 red kale leaves will yield anywhere between 3.5 to 4 ounces of juice. With 3 vegetables in this juice already, to sweeten it a little bit, we'll add 1 pear. And 1 pear will yield roughly 5.5 ounces of juice. And this also makes this juice taste a little better in my opinion. Along with the pear, I also like to put 1 cup cubed pineapple, which yields roughly 5 ounces. Now, if your blood sugar levels are extremely high, this is one fruit that I will stay away from and avoid. The next is green lemonade. Let's look at the recipe. For this juice, you need 1 cucumber. Again, I'm using English cucumbers to avoid seeds, which makes it really easy and simple to juice cucumbers. I also like to put 5 stalks of celery, These two are going to make the main base of this juice. And I also like to add one green apple just to add a bit of sweetness and tartness at the same time. And don't forget to squeeze half a lemon in this juice. I really like it. Next on our list is Color Me Red. Let's look at the recipe. For this recipe, you're gonna start with half medium-sized red cabbage, which should yield roughly 6.7 ounces of juice. If you can't get red cabbage, feel free to use green cabbage as well. It is going to be equally healthy. I also like to add 5 red chard leaves, and that is going to yield 3.7 ounces of juice roughly. And juice of red chard leaves is very thick and viscous. To add a little bit of sweetness, I also like to put a pear in there, which will add roughly 5.5 ounces of juice to this juicing recipe. I also add 8 small carrots. If you don't have the same small thin carrots, it's roughly 800 grams, so you can figure out based on the type of carrot that is available. And then last but not the least, I add a little bit of ginger to give it a little kick. Again, the quantity of the ginger depends on how spicy you like your juices, so I'll leave that up to you. And be sure to squeeze at least half a lemon juice in there as an antioxidant that will also help the taste of this juice. And last but not the least, we have Wheatgrass Booster. This juice again has very strong flavors, but extremely healthy as well. I start with 3 ounces of wheatgrass, which will yield us roughly 1.5 to 2 ounces of juice, which will have a very strong taste and also viscosity. I also like to add 5 ounces of baby spinach, which is going to yield us roughly 3 ounces of juice. I also like to throw in 2 green apples, and remember, 1 apple will yield roughly 4 ounces of juice. So for this juice we are going to add in 8 ounces of green apple juice to balance out the taste from the wheatgrass and the spinach. If you have your blood sugar levels under control, I would also throw in 1 cup pineapple cubes to add to the sweetness of this taste. If your blood sugars are high, I'll skip that. And I like to throw in a little bit of ginger in my juices because it serves as an antioxidant. But also remember, it is spicy. It's going to add spiciness to your juice. Remember, this video is for informative purposes only. This is not medical advice, and you should consult your physician or healthcare provider before undertaking a juice feasting program or making any dietary changes. If you want to juice feast along with me, you can be prepared with these juices as I have already shared those recipes in this video. I hope you'll join me on this juice feasting journey. On November 14th, be sure to tune in to our live event at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I'll share what juices I'm drinking at what time of the day, share with you my vitals like blood sugar levels, blood pressure, etc. I'll also post series of videos all day and share any changes to my vitals and how I feel all day. This is the first step we can take together towards our healthier selves and leading up to beating diabetes. Let's not let diabetes bring us down. Let's take the fight to diabetes. Join me on November 14 to embark upon a journey for a fight against diabetes. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching and happy juicing. See you later.